Now it's time to place the poles on the hands, and let's get started. Place the straps on so they're nice and comfortable and with even tension on each hand. The best way to get started is to have your hands by your side and let the poles drag behind you. Let's see it in slow motion. With the poles dragging beside you, start to walk in a normal walking action. You'll find your arms come up, and at the front you can grip the poles and apply a slight bit of pressure back. Remember, it's quite natural. Let's repeat this in slow motion. The red areas in this animation show which muscles are worked while walking on the flat. Let's see it in slow motion. If you bring your hand up and you grip the pole, as it swings back, at about the hip you can start to release your grip on the pole. At this time, you apply pressure to the pole strap, and that allows you to go through a full range of motion. Let's have a look at that again in even slower motion. And remember, as your arm comes up, you grip, you push, and you release. You grip, you push, and you release. If at any time you lose your rhythm or technique, just go back to dragging your poles beside yourself and work back up again. Sometimes it takes a few goes, and when you get it, you'll find it's quite natural. Let's look at correct technique. With correct technique, the spike should hit the ground between your feet. We call this the spike zone, and it's where you should aim for. Let's have a look at that again in even slower motion. With the correct technique, you should have your elbows nice and close to the body, or what we call running on railway tracks. Correct timing to release your grip on the handle is at the hip when your arm passes it going backwards. Let's look at Marco again in slow motion. Let's take a look at uphill technique. As you walk into a hill, start to lean forward. Reach longer with the poles and push back stronger to power up the hill. Again, the red areas show which muscles are worked while walking uphill. Let's look at Marco again in slow motion. For good downhill technique, soften your knees, keep your feet flatter on the ground and lean slightly back, and apply more downward pressure to your pole straps. This will increase balance and stability and take the pressure off your joints, and the red areas show which muscles are worked while walking downhill.